Welcome to another episode of Diva Court. I'm your host, Marcia Mignot, and with me is my co-diva, Dana Smith. Government names as usual. Listeners, we are coming to you live. I know it's late. I know it's close to bedtime, but as we always say here on Diva Court, when we come to you live at night, you got to have your edutainment before you get your sleep. So don't put your phones down. Don't put
your foot in your mouth.
And don't put your foot in your mouth either, okay? I know you in that bed with that cell phone that most of us do instead of putting it down and going to sleep. So before you put it down, get your edutainment. Find us on
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts. And Google Podcasts.
Google it.
She is not getting that contract tonight from her performance, okay? Neither Apple or Spotify or Google is going to hire the co-diva because that's not what they want. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw it at you tonight. It's hot topics. It's heavy topics. It's burdensome topics, but it's still edutainment. Let me tell you what we're talking about tonight. Susan Lawrence. Now, I'm going to spell it for you because it's spelled weird. Lorincz. And I think it was maybe 2019. It's an old case in Ocala, Florida. Decided that she was having a dispute with a neighbor who is a black female with 4 children. What's the problem? You remember that old lady that lived next door where you were playing as a child and you happened to let the ball go over the fence to get in her yard? Well, this is that lady. The mother decides she's going to go next door and address Susan because Susan has taken the children's ball. What happens? The mother is shot and killed through the door. Susan is charged. Law enforcement just recently released this week, listeners, the video of Susan's interrogation. According to the reports, Susan, the day before shooting and killing this young black woman, was Googling. Why do people not understand that you don't Google stuff before you commit a crime? What's up with that? Do you know Susan is not the first person? Like, how to kill my wife with cyanide. How to bury a body after. Right. Hello? I mean, how many times have we seen the Home Depot video? I'm buying bleach.
Right.
I'm buying a saw. Right. I'm buying garbage bags.
Can you spread it out within a 90-day period just in case you change your mind?
I'm at Walmart doing it. It's always that clip of somebody the day before the murder or 2 days before the murder deciding that it's a good idea to Google, how do I hide a body? How do I get rid of a body?
That's crazy.
Susan was not successful. What's your take?
So my take is I'm so glad they arrest that hoe.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right. So I'm going to just forewarn y'all, you not about to get happy. I might pop off tonight. This is why Google and Apple and Spotify may not hire me. And
no, you're not getting hired tonight.
Give 2 flying whatever. But anyways, so one thing is I don't really take other outside reports or the media reports that this was happening because a lot of times it don't be true.
No, media can be wrong. We know that, ladies and gentlemen.
Dead ass wrong.
Come on now. I've had cases where the media was reporting that my client was on the run and my client was in custody. Exactly. So we know the story sometimes because it's coming out like hot tea. Yeah. It gets spilled and it's wrong.
And it just makes you even more mad. So because I don't need to be more mad, I'm just going to let that one
So
slide.
Would it change your anger level whether or not the research was actually happening? Because for me, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you was researching it the day before or not.
And
it's still a murder to me.
I get that. But I guess my thing is that the evilness is just, I just don't want to, I believe that they are evil. You know what I'm saying? That evil is out there. But I just want to just have some type of peace. Just some. I just want to have my own little piece of peace. So if it takes that to make
keep
me,
my sanity,
to just say, well, maybe she just a little. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why this hits very close to me because I'm that parent. I'm that parent who is like, I don't need you to go talking to adults. I will take care of
Let
it.
me go get the ball.
Let me go get it.
Easily could have happened to any of us.
I'm that parent. I'm that parent that diffuses situations. I'm that parent that will escalate a situation if necessary. You know, it just makes me believe that I just need to carry my 380
when you go.
When I go, because if somebody does happen to shoot through the door, I can fire back.
Well, what if it hits you first?
As long as it don't hit this trigger finger, I'm firing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you this.
Is that not premeditated if you go next door to get the ball with the gun?
I don't care.
Ma'am.
I don't care. I'm at the place that I don't care if the police is able to pull this record up. If something happens to my kids, this is, if you don't stand for something,
you got to fall for anything.
You can fall for anything, or you weak as hell. You got to be able to die for something. You got to be able to go to jail for something.
A cause, any cause.
Something. If something ever happened,
the neighbor took the ball.
If something ever happened to my child, I don't care if I'm in another state. It won't be.
Look, just don't drive like the astronaut with a diaper on so you can pee on your clothes so you get there faster.
I'm probably not even going to drive fast because I don't want the police to pull me over
and stop you on your way.
I'm going to make sure that I know who I'm targeting. I'm going to have it planned out. I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be the one Googling the address on how to get there.
No, but think about it. It could have happened to anybody.
What I'm saying is this. When I saw that mother and I just don't know. I would have been on there like, yeah, I did it. I killed her. I found Susan and I took her out and you can't arrest me and I'll have my day in court. Because what's the point of me being a mother? If I brought this life into the world and somebody else takes that from me, what else am I hearing?
You're talking about the mother of the deceased victim.
Yes.
All right, so listeners, what Diva's talking about
I don't want your money. I don't want your...
No lawsuit, no insurance,
I want your
nothing.
Life. I'm taking
you
your
want a
life.
life for a life.
I want a life. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Forgive and forget. And the biblical teachings that we've had.
There's judgment. You do understand. Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is biblical. What are we talking about?
I thought God said... that he would
God said eye for an eye. The Levitical law.
What?
Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. What are we talking about?
Wait a minute. 2 Corinthians? Is that what you read?
That's not 2 Corinthians is in the New Chapter.
Thou shalt not kill.
That's not killing.
Oh,
that's judgment.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Ma'am, you're not dead. You're judged.
That's justification for murder. Not murder. It says thou shalt not commit murder. That's justification.
What Dana is trying to say.
Thank you.
Some people are just so evil that they don't deserve forgiveness. That is, they know what they did, and they're trying to get sympathy, but they're not getting it.
Well, not from
I can still forgive you and take your life. I forgive you, but you eye for an eye.
Listeners, I know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Now you go handle your judgment.
Okay.
With the Most High. I'm going to just get you there a little sooner.
So you're just going to go to prison and handle your judgment when
I'm
it's your
okay
turn.
with that. If I'm going to go to prison, I'm going in with a bang. I'm going
it's
out
gonna
like
make
a
the news.
G.
You sound like you listen to Kendrick Lamar's X-Rated.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
No more rap music
low key,
for you.
Low key, I'm the type of person that if I feel like I need to take your life, I will not lose one day of sleep over it. I won't.
Oh, your mind's going to be good and made up.
I'll be fine. I will be fine.
Because we cannot.
I know you. I know as an officer of the court, yeah.
But
as a regular citizen who has her Second Amendment right, it's like
we cannot condone violence.
But see, this is the problem. We are supposed to be animals. You know what I'm saying? We're animals, and through evolution, I'm an animal. And what do mammals do? They protect their children. They protect their young. So my animalistic nature is coming out. I already know. It's over for thou. I'm just saying.
Look, you cannot think that way I think the mom, as tough as it is, because I'm sure she's had the thoughts about taking the law into her own hand. She can't tell me as a human being that she's not having those
She's just
thoughts.
not tough enough.
She's not
Marsha,
saying, no,
Marsha,
she's got her
no.
kids. She's got her grandkids. She has 4
You know what?
grandchildren.
That's great for her. Maybe
She
don't,
knows that
maybe
that's
she
not
don't
gonna
have
help
a
those
family support
grandkids.
system. I have
Who's
a
gonna
sister.
take care of
I
my
have
4
a sister.
grandkids?
I got a husband. I
Who's
got some
gonna
best
take
friends.
care of my 4 grandkids?
I don't know what I'm talking
Because
about.
the
for me.
mom is deceased, and now if I were to seek vengeance or take the law in my own hand, find Susan, take Susan out, then my grandchildren have a mother that's gone, a grandmother that's gone, and they're young.
Here's the thing: you still have to be tried by a jury.
Then I go to court.
No.
And I make sure-
That's a nullified jury. Like, what would you do? Somebody killed your child. We're gonna let the law.
Yes, people are doing it. They're doing
I'll
it all
pass.
across this country.
I'll pass.
Haven't you seen the Dateline NBCs and the 48-hour
I'll pass.
mysteries and the court TV?
I'm on that Time to Kill. That's what I'm on. I'm on that movie.
Listeners, my co-diva watches too much movies, too many movies.
Marsha.
And that's where you're getting that from. Trust me, as painful as it would be, I would have to contain myself. Listen to me. If it were a situation where I didn't have those young grandkids, then you might have.
See this is
Because remember now I don't have to worry about, okay, who's going to take care of them, and they're very young. If they were adult grandkids, and I'd be like, what?
no, well, but I know who.
Think about my age.
I know who.
Calculate and say,
They got a daddy. They got an auntie. My mama's still alive.
But that's not their mom.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is this: they can come visit me.
They
in
don't
jail.
want fried chicken Sundays at the
Here's the
prison.
lyrics that are literally like telling you exactly what you're doing. So the song goes like, yesterday I got a call from my dog like 101, said that they killed his only son because of insufficient funds. He was sobbing, he was mobbing, way belligerent and drunk, talking out his head, philosophing on what the Lord had done. He said, K-Dot, can you pray for me? It's been a fucked up day for me. I know that you're anointed. Show me how to overcome. He was looking for some closure. I was hoping to bring him closer to the spiritual, but my spirit do know better. But I told him I can't sugarcoat it. The answer for you, this is how I feel. If somebody killed my son, that means somebody getting killed.
No, righty then. Me and K-Dot on the same page. K-Dot and D-Dot.
Tell me what you
That's
do
why
for
you can't
love.
listen to rap.
Loyalty and passion of all the memories, collected moments you could never touch. I'll wait in front of a N-word spot and watch him and hit his block. I'll catch him leaving service if that's all I got.
I like that song.
You cannot wait at
Can
the
you
church.
squirt that song to
No,
me, sir?
I'll
he
walk
cannot.
walk myself to court like, bitch, I did that.
Facts. And
What's the name of that song?
X-rated. XX.
Oh
that's-
my God.
let me just tell you this. Remember that time I told you I told you I was going to Detroit and you was like, don't go get in no trouble. And I came back and I told you I got into a fight at the casino when I used to work for you.
Oh
back in
my
the day.
gosh. Oh my God. Why do I remember that?
I say
Why?
all that to say, when I saw someone attack my sister, it was on point. Like it was on spot. It is what it is. We in here. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know.
No gangster leaning.
That's what I know.
Please. No.
That's what I know. I already just know who
No.
I am. I know who I am.
I have to be the voice of reason.
I know,
tonight.
Marsha.
Tonight,
But you know me.
We
Because
know
you had
that
to
the
count
children.
me down on so many times. On so many times. When
The
I
children.
was in court and I was like,
The
and
children.
you was like,
the
and I was
children-
like,
the children. I'm gonna say 2 words. The children. The children.
the children gonna know that
listen
their
to
mama
me.
is a ride or die.
No,
I told them.
no.
I told my kids, I will lay my life down for you. Period. If I don't show up,
Most
Oh my
parents
gosh,
feel that
Marsha.
way, but when
I
it's
know, but
time,
see, but that's the point.
Think
It's
about it.
feelings.
No,
oh,
because
we feel that way.
when
It's
it's
about
time,
action. All
though-
that is lip service.
No, you gotta rationale. You can't
I
go.
don't wanna be
You can't go cray cray. You cannot.
When
go
will you
cray-cray.
go? Why I can't go cray cray?
No, because
why I can't go
the
cray cray?
children needs you.
The children got their daddy.
No,
They
he's
got
not
their
a mama.
auntie.
He's not a mama.
Auntie, me
He's
and my
not a
sister born on
auntie.
the same day.
You've
1 year
already
apart.
said that aunties don't count, especially. if
That's
they
not
have
what
a
I
kid.
said.
You said that last.
No, I didn't say
Last
that.
episode, you said
No.
all those who don't have children's aunties don't count.
That's not what I
You
said.
are auntie,
Oh
you
my
not
God.
a mama.
You be trying to wrap
Okay?
me up tight.
did-
You be lying.
Last week, listeners, she was discounting
No.
mamas and aunties.
That's
is
not what I did.
Is not a mother.
I was discounting.
Mothers are important and aunties are not.
My husband told me to call her president-elect, Vice President Harris.
Vice President elect.
Yeah, I said, sir, she not elected yet, but I guess he's speaking it into existence.
Hell, go ahead, sir. Preach.
And I said, that's who I was talking about.
Preach.
She didn't
Look,
raise
as
any
long as
kids.
he
Oh,
don't
and then
have you
she
say,
didn't raise any kids.
as long as he don't have you say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Oh my God.
Because that's deadly. All right, listeners, we just transitioned. What are we talking about? We're talking about Sonia Massey. Sonia Massey is a young black female in her 30s who is in her home, called law enforcement.
Can I cut you off right quick? I'm not waiting for your response. Now keep this
So
in
you just
mind.
want to make a statement?
Yeah. Keep this in mind. This is not like I heard from the grapevine that this particular person did this. You know what I'm saying? This is video evidence I see with my own two eyes, like we about to talk about. That
Body cam.
nigga would not
Body
be
cam.
alive. I'm
Body
just going
cam.
to say it. I'm
That's
just going to
body
keep
cam.
it clean. He would not be alive. Period.
So,
I'm taking him out.
listeners, let me get you caught up to what she is taking out.
Let me do a favor for society.
No, we don't need no favors. Listen to me.
You want to drink to that?
No, I cannot drink to that. That is violence, and we do not condone
God.
violence. We cannot.
Then why were we able to?
cannot.
The kingdom suffer violence, and the violence taken by force.
We're not taken by force. No, we're not. No, we're not. We are
That's
going to
the
force our
Bible.
way. We're going to force our way into another approach. Okay? So, listeners, Sonia Massey. It is a painful case to look at. The body cam footage has finally been released, and what we saw is egregious. Oh, you just taking off your earrings?
Just in case. Just in case I pop off. Just in case.
Ma'am, do you know nobody involved in the case is present in the studio? We don't have a guest.
Where my Vaseline
Look, the
at?
guest is not here. No need to put your Vaseline on. All right, let's get to the point. The point is, Sonia Massey is at home. She calls law enforcement, and she tells them that there was a prowler at her home. They show up to the front door. It's around 1, 2 in the morning. It's kind of late, early in the morning, but late at night. And the officers come inside, and she's talking to the officers. She has a pot of water on the stove, and the officers who are interacting with her says to her, hey, you need to turn that off because, you know, we can't afford your house will burn down, you have a fire. And she looks at the cop and says, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Okay, how many times have you said that?
Every day.
I've said that so many times that I thank God
That's a death sentence.
that it would be a death sentence had I known. I didn't know that. I always say I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I say it a lot. I say the devil is a lie. I
Right.
say that a lot.
Speak
But
life, not death.
I don't literally, it's not a personal attack on anyone in particular. It's, in fact, it
That
is
was a-
on the devil.
That was a demon.
Can you explain it for your audience members that don't really understand the cultural reference?
All right, so the cultural reference in the black community is I rebuke you in the name of Jesus means that whatever you just said, I'm trying to kill it in the atmosphere. I don't want it to happen. And I'm just asking on God to stop whatever that is you said. So in the black community, we rely heavily on God. In fact, it's Negro spirituals about God that, in my opinion, got black people through slavery.
Right.
So it is not uncommon. Blacks are very religious. Blacks are very spiritual. Blacks are very Christian-like because there's a difference, in my opinion, with the three, okay? Religious, Christianity, and spirit. 3 different things, and I could describe them for you on another show. But it's not uncommon in the black culture for us to say things like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, because you said something that I thought, okay, if that gets into the atmosphere, and the whole atmosphere, whether you call it atmosphere or the spirit, hears that, then that what you just said might come to true, might come to fruition, and I'm trying to get rid of it. So when the officer says, "Mom, we don't want your house to burn down," she, especially based on the reports of her family, says that she was going through some mental health issues and that she was trying to get mental health help. But even if she wasn't getting any mental health help, because I don't think I'm mental and I've used it, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She says to the officer, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Now, this officer clearly has issues because he's worked for six different law enforcement agencies prior to this job.
Wait. We don't want you to burn your house down, right? Because I would die if my house got burned down.
But I'm going to shoot you
But you're going to shoot me instead.
That's psychotic.
Well, if you think about it in this way, he just wanted to keep the property value, you know.
Oh, that's it.
But don't murder in the house.
No, that's fine.
Or maybe he didn't want
it.
the house to get burnt down with him in it.
Oh, so you can burn it while I'm leaving.
You need to wait for me
Until
to
leave.
exit the door.
Wow.
No,
That's why I gotta take my earrings off, Marsha. Just so
No, but you know what's sad about the video? She actually said, I'm sorry. Because when she saw him draw the gun on her, that's when she said, I'm sorry. Her last words were, I'm sorry. Like, if you took it wrong, I'm
what
sorry.
my last words would have been like, you really about to shoot me for that?
Like, seriously.
I would have been like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Are we doing seriously? Why are you apologizing for it? Like you've done the deed.
That showed.
Like the only person you should be like saying sorry to is like her daughters or her sons.
So the officer should be saying sorry. But the good news is that he's arrested and he's been denied bond.
I've been quoting
And
more scriptures. Like,
she
no
should
weapon
not-
formed against me shall prosper.
She should. I'm gonna need you to sit down, please. Don't scare the listeners, please, or the
No
viewers.
weapon formed against me shall prosper.
She should not have had to
I'ma dodge
apologize.
a bullet or
She
something.
should not have had to apologize for rebuking him in the name of Jesus.
It's such a slave
But you know what he
mentality.
says back to her? You better effing not.
It's such a slave mentality.
You better effing not.
And
Of course, he shouts other explicit cuss words at her and then shoots her 3 times. Of course, his colleague was shocked because he says, where's the gun? No.
I saw the colleague pull out the gun.
No. You should have seen the entire clip.
Oh, okay.
He now says, okay, so where's the gun? Because remember, if
So he pulled the gun thinking
I'm
that
pulling
there was...
it because you pulling it, and I'm
okay.
thinking you pulling it because you saw something I didn't see.
didn't
And then
see
you fire, the whole, if you watch a whole clip, he then says, because he goes to her and he's like, okay, so where's the gun? He was like, no. He was like, what did she have? He said she had a pot of water. And he was like, what? So he's now shocked. You can see in the entire video.
Turned around and said, sir, you're arrested. Come on.
He probably don't want him to shoot. Remember, he still had more bullets.
That's the other thing. It's like, I'm not going to arrest him because he is crazy. His finger trigger is
He's
crazy.
a crazy coworker.
Yeah.
So, of course,
I bet you he going to spill the beans on all the stuff that he's
Well,
done.
he don't want to get arrested. Remember now, in the George Floyd case, somebody who was working, day 3, got time. So remember, if that person could go to jail, remember George Floyd now, somebody who said, this was my first day on the job. Like, this is my first week on the job. He still got time. So I'm sure this officer is thinking, oh, I'm not going with you. I'm not going to prison with you. So let me just make sure this is crystal
I
clear.
don't even think training is going to be able to fix this.
I don't think training can fix that.
Go
ahead, tiny producer.
Well, I think my training is going to help this because here's my opposition. We have a undercover cop pretend to be a civilian. I'm like driving or minding his own business, and then he gets to like other cops that are probably, and he checks if they're abusing their power or breaking the rules of doing bad stuff, like talking about his race and all this stuff. But what I'm trying to say is that they should
So you want a secret cop?
Yes.
Like an undercover officer?
Is that like internal affairs?
Because what he's
That's
saying
called the
is
Rat Squad?
no. What tiny producer is saying is
He
secret
gonna
cop.
die.
No, he's gonna know they're gonna try to shoot him because he's already prepared for the officer.
So you sending him into war.
He's got to go into war, but that's a good idea. Because here's the thing. If you see any signs, you don't have to wait. If you're the secret cop that's out there and all you're looking for is the bad cops, you don't have to wait till he shoots somebody.
Don't they call that the Rat Squad, like internal affairs or in the...
No, internal affairs only show up after somebody's dead.
Oh, okay.
After you file a complaint and they investigate what the officer's conduct is.
Who's
This
signing
is
up?
somebody...
If they know these officers is real killers,
No.
who is signing up for that?
No, they have signed up. Because remember, sometimes In fact, that's how California entire police force got shut down in the 90s, is federal government infiltrated it. And it was a gang, and they were showing up with guns and weapons and killing people and planting weapons on them. And you can infiltrate.
That was during the
them.
Rodney King situation, right?
Yes. Remember, there was a
Was
big
that
stink.
even when OJ was that before was
Right
that,
in between it.
OJ
It was in that era that they were able to dismantle the California Police Department because it was so corrupt. There was so much going on. People were going to prison for killings that the cops were doing, and so they've done it in California. So Tiny Producer is correct. He's not off completely because they have done it before and they can do it again. The problem is that when you say let's investigate the police, people hear the police are bad guys. Let's get rid of them all. That's what people hear, but that's not what you're saying. You're saying, look,
we
you've got to-
investigate meat and make sure we stamp it.
Hello,
And make it
let me tell you something. They got a recall
drink
right
to
now. I can drink to that.
Okay.
Since you've already had all the rest of the drink. We can't trust this diva not to drink up the place.
You done got these old, I want to kill somebody. I ain't no killer, but don't push me topics up here. Shout out to Tupac.
See, the question about Sonya Massey was asked of Donald Trump. So listeners, today Donald Trump, I think it was today because it looked like it was live, appeared at the Black Journalists National something. Producer, help me with that. But he appeared, they were calling it JABN.
I thought it was an NA.
No,
NJAB
it was
or something.
Journalist of American.
It starts with an N because it's national.
It was
NJ?
NABJ.
NJAB?
No.
National Journalists
Oh, shame
Associated
on us.
Broadcast.
Shame on us. We got a story we didn't even look at. They were using acronyms. If they had used the names, I would have been fine. But I did watch the program, and I did watch Donald Trump was a guest.
NABJ.
NABJ. So we all wrong. Okay. National Association of Black Journalists. Boom. Got it. So listeners, the National Association of Black Journalists had a guest today, Donald Trump, and he appeared. And the first question out the blocks, he did not like. He said that it was rude, it was disrespectful.
Well, okay, she was rude.
Okay, so coming from Donald Trump, I will not say he can call anybody rude. When you're saying they are nasty women, just a nasty, nasty woman, I'm not going to be nice anymore.
Attorney Mignot.
I was going to be nice before.
Attorney Mignot.
Nice is as nice does.
Professionalism.
She was very professional because let me tell you something. You talk about taking off your earrings.
Finished.
I would have taken my earrings
I
off
haven't
on him
finished.
in
I
that
haven't
interview.
finished.
Thank you.
I haven't finished.
You're
she
done,
came
though.
off. She came off the gate being nasty. Like,
Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's the difference between her and the moderator that we were laughing at the other day saying he need to moderate all debates? You remember him?
no.
Well, sir, before we ask the question, other than the fact that you were running from the police and that you were DUI, you were drunk, and they thought you were racing us, you remember that?
The tone.
You remember that?
The tone.
Do you remember that?
Well, I do know, but
Okay.
but the introduction didn't start off like that. Everybody was introduced. Like she didn't even say hello. She was
She did say hello. Thank you for appearing, Mr. President. Let's get right to the pink elephant in the room. He didn't like that. Nope, she didn't net roll, and she didn't come back. She let him talk all that nasty. And
I think
matter of fact, I think she's the same journalist he called stupid and said that she asked very
Well,
stupid
she can't be
questions.
holding grudges.
So,
She
excuse
got
me? You, a black woman, to talk about holding grudges and wanting to commit
supposed
homicides
to
and
be-
murders and have your children
That's not
visit
holding
you
grudges.
at a prison?
That's issuing
and have
justice.
your
It's a
prison-
difference.
Having
It's
your
a
children
difference.
come to Sunday dinner at the prison?
It's a difference.
And raised by the auntie and the daddy?
I was issuing justice. There is a difference. Okay.
So, listeners, Donald Trump was asked. He said, I want black people to vote for me, so that's why he appeared. Okay? Then he was asked the question about wanting to give law enforcement officers immunity. And one of the journalists on the panel said, Mr. President, how do you, Mr. Former, really, how do you reconcile wanting to give immunity to law enforcement with the case of Sonya Massey? And he says, I watched it. It was a horrible thing. Something happened really bad. It was really bad. But he never answered the question.
He did. He said, I'm not talking about for that particular case. I'm talking about for things that were like accidents. Let me say this. I think that there should be no accidents. And when accident for me, when I hear somebody say accident, I fear for my life. That's an accident. No, I don't agree with his answer as far as, you know what I'm saying? I believe he answered the question, but I don't agree with the fact that he said it's an accident, or, you know what I'm saying?
So that's what the journalist was getting at. She was saying who was going to determine whether it's an accident or not? Who was going to analyze it? You understand? And which officers are you planning on giving immunity? And the problem is, if it's a jury, you being tried. Because I think you should be prosecuted. I think the lack of accountability is the reason why we're having so many unlawful shootings.
I think what Tiny Producer said is it's the training.
But Tiny Producer saying we need a secret shopper, secret cop, secret person out there in the streets pretending to be a regular citizen, watching how their law enforcement officers are interacting with regular citizens.
Let's start with the paperwork that says you got transferred from this place to that place.
Well, he worked at 6 police agencies, and that's why I think we need a national registry. But the Republicans don't want that. They don't want a national registry of law enforcement officers. Guess why? Because people like him.
Right.
People like him.
That's crazy that they want a national registry of felons, right?
Correct.
But they don't want a national registry of
law enforcement that's been fired. Right. 6 agencies in that short span of time. He was also discharged from the military because the military was concerned that he was violating rules. He wasn't listening. He was rogue. He's a rogue cop. It was a matter of time before he killed somebody.
Yeah.
And it is clear that, thank God he doesn't have a bond, because normally they put him out on bond or they give him house arrest or whatever the situation. He must really be dangerous as to why, or it must just so be blatant when you look at the video, because remember, they weren't releasing the video.
Or it's probably for the safety of his life.
Well, I guess so. If he's in solitary confinement, maybe.
It might just be for the safety.
He's not in general population, I'm sure.
It's probably for the safety of his own life. Because if he would have stepped out that prison, who knows what would have happened.
Well, to be honest with you, there's been plenty of other people of color gunned down, and there's been nothing happening. Nobody is rioting. Nobody is climbing the Capitol. Nobody's doing anything about it. So I'm sure he's not concerned. Tiny Producer, chime in. Tell me what you got.
There was other reports that was out there about how reckless he's been. I believe a video webcam came up showing him racing through the streets trying to chase somebody even after they told him to stop and call off the police chase.
So his agency told him to call off the chase, and he did not.
Yeah.
And did he hit something?
Yeah, he ran. A deer was crossing the road and was completely obliterated, including his car. So
why did the deer cross the road?
He should be charged with the deer's
for the
murder.
deer's life.
As a matter of fact, they even have the audio of
deer slaughter.
His uppers saying what you did was reckless, and do you know that you could have been pretty much fired on the point, or why are you even rehired here? Why are you even still here? That's literally what they've been asking. So it's a lot of oversight issues.
So who cousin is this?
We'll find out when he get tried, maybe.
Who nephew is this?
Has to be somebody's relative, because I don't see how an agency could just keep hiring you and keep overlooking your conduct, knowing, and then wait till the death. That's why I think they're correct that the chief of police should have to resign.
I honestly believe that if you are a police officer and you execute someone in that manner, and there's a video showing you executing someone in that manner, you should get the death penalty no matter what state you are in.
So what you think they're going to charge? Manslaughter? That's one of the controversies in the Susan case that we covered first, that she shot a J.K. Owens. And in that situation, people are frustrated because the Ocala, Florida Attorney General is saying, I don't think I could prove murder. And people are like, what about murder too? And he was like, no, I can't prove second degree either. So I'm going to charge manslaughter.
What is second degree?
Well, manslaughter is going to you get life on the murder.
So what is
the maximum
degree?
Penalty? Your maximum penalty will still be life. You understand?
No, but what is second degree?
So in the state of Florida, I don't know what their second degree is, but in terms of the manslaughter she's charged with, she's facing 11.5 years to 30 years. So what people are frustrated with is 30 years is the maximum she could be sentenced to.
How can you just shoot somebody outside of your door?
Didn't even open it. Didn't even just
You
shot
are a threat to
straight
society.
through the door, straight through the door, and killed a woman.
I'm bringing my gun next time I'm knocking on somebody's door.
Don't bring it to the
No,
studio.
I would
Okay?
say if you had your gun in your hand, they would have justified her shooting.
No,
itself.
no, no, no.
That is true. They would have said that she
She was
saw
on-
you through the peephole and your weapon was in your hand.
No, they
and she
have-
feared for her safety, so
They
she
have
shot
these.
first.
They have these.
Stand your ground, boo.
They have these.
Stand your ground. She stood her ground.
They have these wife beaters that has a holster on the side, and I always wear a blazer.
So you're going to get a wife beating holster wearing blazer?
Yeah, I'm going. You know
Wow.
what? I'm going to Academy tonight. What time is it? I need to buy me some more guns.
It's not time for that.
Just
It's
get
not
a bulletproof vest. You'll be better off.
It's not time for
I
that.
need to.
Let me
I
tell
need
you what
to,
it's
I need
time
to buy
for.
a wife beater with the holster. Low key,
Please,
because if I'm
please.
showing houses
Please.
and it get crazy,
Please. Please don't. Please don't. Because we don't want to pull it out and shoot your own breast off.
I did need a
We don't
boob
want
job.
You, we
you
don't want
wanna
you to
reduce
boob
the
job
prices
yourself.
of the houses you're selling. You're
They
like,
so
all right,
high. You're going to have to shoot somebody to get it.
there was a murder in this house. Is that okay? To be like, yes. How many? The more, the better.
Where are you gonna drop 150,000?
Yeah, yeah. But let me tell you where we really need change. We need change in the healthcare industry. Listeners, there has been a federal lawsuit filed here in Atlanta, Georgia, by a black man who was on a kidney transplant list. Diva, I'm gonna need you to stay with me.
You
We're
don't
not done.
want me to murder nobody.
We're not done. We're not done.
Murder.
We're not
I mean,
done.
like,
hey,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
you want me to put my gun away?
put it away. Put it away.
Oh my god!
We're just talking right now, ma'am.
Put the guns away.
We have a lawsuit here in the state of Georgia, Federal District Court for the Northern District, where a black man has filed suit that he was denied for 5 years being placed on the kidney transplant list because of his race. So the qualifications based on the lawsuit is that black people are being told your kidney is really not failing as bad as you think it is. And it's not being compared to the white person's kidney failure. So based on our scoring and our rating, you have to wait a little longer. Lawsuit was filed, and they were saying that it was also being used for OBGYN care for women, that black women were being seen and their pain and their issues were not as serious as it was for white women. According to this lawsuit, it's going to stop. Let's hope it does.
It's going to stop.
It's going to stop. They're going to stop. And all the changes have been made.
So why they just didn't settle this case? Why are we still going?
That's what I don't understand. Why did you cut
you
the
already
check?
admitted to.
To race-based that it
maybe-
was discriminatory.
Maybe they didn't like the number.
Oh, the number ain't right. Okay, so maybe you're going to try to ask a jury to make it less. Okay, that's fine. You can
No, or
determine.
maybe they didn't accept the number.
The
that
settlement
was-
number.
Yeah.
So you're going to ask the jury to give you less. Because you're
or
going to say,
they
members
say,
of the jury.
or they're like, we offered this.
no,
but
they,
they
can't
want,
tell you. Pre-trial negotiations, you can't tell a jury about.
Oh,
But
okay.
But they can ask the juror saying, hey, we agreed, we changed the things, because now people could testify that we changed it. It's not happening anymore. But according to this gentleman, it caused a delay.
Like maybe they asked for 50 million and they were only trying to give 5 million.
Well, the numbers are very high. I think it was like 14,000 plus people who were
Oh,
denied.
so this is a class action.
Yes, they're trying to turn it into a class action. So it started with him. They're trying to turn it into a class because remember, there's a process in federal
They
court.
about to
before-
shut Emory down.
Let me tell you, Emory, I don't know how.
My-
well, you know what? Emory's baby. No. Emory is Coca-Cola's baby. Oh, yeah, they're connected.
You know what?
That's family.
My daughter wanted to go to Emory. She's not going there. She's not going there.
Maybe she needs to go to make sure the changes that they said have happened stay there. We got to police it. We can't just walk away.
She'll go along to get along. Maybe it was the
Maybe
middle
send the other
child.
daughter. Send
Maybe
the
it was
other
the
daughter.
middle child. She's
But
like,
send somebody.
We not about to. That's how the other. We not about to be not giving the kidneys out to the blacks. The other one would be like, I'm just gonna do my job and just keep
I'm just
my
here.
head down.
Can I go home, please?
Can I go home?
Is this over?
Where's my check?
I've had enough. So, listeners, that's a horrible story, but you can look it up.
Yeah,
That-
I'm not
that
gonna. You
black
know what?
people-
If I would have heard this story before I sent my daughter over to volleyball,
You would not have
I
gone to
would have
Emory.
not sent
We're
her
not
over.
supporting Emory. You have to make sure they make the change, though, because sometimes change needs us there to make sure it's actually
This is
happening.
giving Tuskegee experiment again.
Yeah, as long as it ain't giving cat lady.
This is giving like
J.D. Vance says.
no, I don't want to talk about him.
J.D.
This
Vance
is just
says.
it's like you can't trust. But you know what? This is the problem. Like I'm not a racist person, right?
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You know, but
You're the least racist person ever.
I want my doctor to look like me. I want to be able to connect with, like, I should already know my doctor gonna move a certain way because before we even get into the hospital, she know who I am. You done been in my JJ. I'm cool
Why
like
she
that.
gotta go in it? Why she can't just
Cause
take
she
care
my
of it?
gynecologist too.
She just needs to take care of you, honey. Just take care of you.
We all of those things, you know, we have a connection. Like my doctor that
So are you saying that this system that was in place, your doctor would have done something different? No.
no, what I'm saying, my
So the race, the race of your doctor.
the OBGYN part. That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
the race of your doctor wasn't going to change it because remember, there's something called standard of care. Your doctor cannot breach the standard of care because they will lose their license. So remember now, they take a Hippocratic oath, which I
No.
call a hypocritic oath, depending on which doctor
No,
you're talking about.
so let me tell you, when I had the last baby, like they were trying to give me a whole C-section, but my nurse,
That's different because remember, your doctor gets to determine this is how we having the baby, this is what's at risk, this is what, when you're talking about qualifications, because it's the qualifications, not the kidney surgery, how we gonna do the surgery, if we're gonna have it vaginally or if we're gonna have it C-section, the qualifications to get on, no, this is to get on the list.
no. I'm
Ma'am,
talking
they
about-
won't put your name on the list.
No, but you know how they have complications during birth, which you were bringing up the OBGYN part.
Right.
What I'm saying is that before I, like they be passed.
No, they're not talking about in the delivery room. That's different. They're talking about, hey, doc, I come in and this is what's going on with me. Oh, okay, that's not an issue. So I can't order an ultrasound yet because based on the standard for black women, because they use race, I got a checkbox. I check
But
the
that's
box.
what I'm saying. Like with whatever standard, like they were just so on me. Like I've never had an experience where I felt like I wasn't being heard in the hospital.
Well, the good news about that is
I was at Piedmont, too.
might just be your treating physician, or you
Yeah.
might be fortunate to have had
Had good-
nurses
yeah,
that
that cared.
really cared.
Yeah.
I mean, it's trust me, it's scary out here. It's scary out here because the right ambulance doesn't show up, you're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? The right treating physician in the emergency room when you show up, you could be misdiagnosed. Type 1 diabetes missed in your child. Your child dies at the hospital. I mean, it's dangerous out here. But to have a test, I mean, to have
That's
a
based off of race.
qualifications, to have a qualifications for a medical procedure, not to give me the procedure, but to put me on the list to get the procedure. Then this gentleman is saying that what happened to him is he started suffering heart issues because of the delay of the kidney transplant. And his delay was 5 years. So now he has heart problems. He had to go through 2 heart procedures because they delayed
What's
him.
the crazy thing is that we the same. We all are the same. We all are the same. We're the same.
There's no racism here.
Right. Until somebody needs a kidney.
You're
And
oversensitive.
you know where they're getting the kidneys from? The blacks.
oh, but
That's
you
a
can't-
black kidney.
Yeah, but that's okay because you don't qualify yet to get this.
But we are. But wait. How are we like?
I cannot.
Oh my god.
I cannot.
It's
Okay.
Like you don't even have to
Okay,
be.
so
You
how
don't
much
even have
more-
to live in a dangerous
How
neighborhood.
much more
You don't.
race-based stuff can you talk about tonight? Okay, one more.
It's another one.
Appeals court blocks the grant program for black women-owned business. Okay. Okay,
So the police against us, the hospitals against us,
so
the
we
businesses
cannot-
against
we
us.
cannot borrow money from white establishments, and we cannot loan each other our own black money. So the Court of Appeals says
Do you see why I don't want a
funding-
job from Google?
you got to
The
get a job.
The
You
police
gotta get a
are
job.
against us.
Google is
The
against you too?
hospital
Okay.
is against
The
us.
medical.
And now businesses are
Finances.
against us. The finance,
Right.
the industry.
So cop, finance, and hospital.
So that covers
cop finance and medical.
And the food is against us because they put all of the bad, like the grocery stores, the poor produce. There's no Whole Foods in the.
No.
in
Y'all
the-
don't eat Whole Foods.
in
Y'all
the
don't
black
eat that.
neighborhoods.
No,
We
y'all
don't
eat Piggly Wiggly.
Thank God for
I
Publix.
cannot.
Publix is a god. Publix loves black folks.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you who else loves
Publix
black
loves
folks.
the blacks.
J.D. Vance.
Oh goodness.
Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, listeners, is all over the place and being attacked for his comment years ago that he said that a bunch of cat ladies in the Democratic Party that don't have children are the reason why this country has the issues we have today.
Where's the lie? They probably do have cats.
Are you a cat lady?
I don't have cats.
Okay,
I
so
got
he
children.
says if you don't have children, you should pay higher taxes. Wait a minute, dummy. That's what happens now anyway. You ever heard of child income credit?
Who's running for president?
He's running for vice.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so maybe he'd keep his advice to his
himself.
vice self.
To himself.
First of all, I'm just upset with the media for trying to justify why you're not a cat lady if you don't have kids. Can the media focus on the fact that that's what the law says now anyway? That I don't get a credit for a child if I don't have one?
Right.
And that if I do have
bring out
children,
his ignorance.
I get but they're not focused on the ignorance. This is how misguided the media is. Why would you focus on, well, Kamala Harris has raised her stepkids? Why are you talking about the stepkids? Why are you not addressing the fact that the man's interpretation of the law is whack? You're now trying to defend people who have such and such doesn't have any children and they're a good person, and such. No, he said that they should pay higher taxes. They already do.
It had nothing to do with the. I never seen this comment, but
No, but they already do.
right. So if anything, it should have been like, sir,
Sir, they already do.
And
No,
think
that's
of
not
that.
what the media is doing.
Why? Because a hit dog holler. Somebody don't have no kids, and they are not good people.
Well, they
wait,
all work at the news station.
wait. They probably don't have kids.
I was so mad. I wanted to go through my TV. I had to turn my TV off because I was like, why would you focus on the kids instead
Did
of
he
on the
say-
law?
Did he say Kamala?
No. What they were saying was they went and got a comment that he said years ago. Okay?
Do you see
So let's
the-
be fair.
Do
Let's
you
be
see
fair.
the salaciousness of that?
No, but guess what? They do it to all of them.
Right.
You understand? They want to go back to Kamala was dating.
He doubled down on it, but he apologized to the cats.
He sure
said-
did.
I want to say sorry
not
to all the cats.
parents.
Some of them have dogs.
Yeah, he said. It's like, I'm sorry about the cats and dogs. I do love cats and I do love dogs.
He did apologize to the cats, but
I
not
just don't
You
like the
cannot-
women. I just don't like the
You
women.
can't offend the dog people.
I can
you
offend the
can't-
women.
you can offend the
but
women.
I
Don't
don't
offend
want to offend the cats.
Don't offend the animal lovers.
No,
because
no.
that's across
pizza.
the board.
That's a whole pizza coming
right,
for you.
Right. That's across the board. Don't offend the animal
But
lovers.
the women are not going to come for you, just the cats, okay? But my point is this. Why would the media focus on the children? How about you focus on that's
because
what the law
they trying
is?
to sabotage Kamala.
The law is already there. If you have children, you get credit.
I turned him in, yo, look at the bigger story.
What is it?
They're trying to sabotage Kamala.
Oh.
Why is she even in your mouth? Why would you even associate her with being kidless? Now, you know my opinion on it, but let's just go there for a second.
Well,
Why would you
here's
even
the thing.
associate with her with
When I can't find anything else to
but
come at you with.
no,
I got to come
but
at
what
you
I'm
with
saying
that.
is that the media who is looking like
They're fair.
they're supporting her. Well, she was a stepmother. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, get out of here with that. So you
nope,
think it's a false support?
false flag? Yep.
Wow.
Because
it might have had bad intent.
because because here's the thing, it wasn't an
It wasn't
issue
about
for
her.
nobody.
It wasn't about her.
It wasn't about her, and it wasn't an issue. Nobody was thinking about her not having kids. But now you put it out there, and
because
your
you
dog
went and got his
whistling-
comment
right,
to put his comment out and say, "Cat lady."
and now you dog whistling the mothers like me who are looking at her like you don't have children.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say me, like when I look at you, I'm trying to match up what do we
What do
have
we
in
align?
common?
What
Where do we
align?
align with? And there's a lot of things that her and I don't have in common. So you know what I'm saying? So even with the stepchildren, the kids are the stepchildren.
No, but I mean,
The stepchildren are 25 and 29.
No, but the biological mom came out and said we have co-parented. The children came out and commented and said, she's a great mother. She's mothered us. But my point is,
Attorney Minyo,
I don't need a comment from his ex-wife. I don't need a comment from the kids.
Attorney Minyo.
I just need somebody to tell the people what the law is, just in case they don't already know.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, do you know how many people that jumped up and said, yeah, they should pay more in taxes? And he said they should also get extra votes.
That's stupid.
Come on now. Come on now.
They will if you raise them right.
But remember, this is the attack ad season, so even if she had younger stepkids, like they were 4 or 5, they'd say she's too busy to be president. She has to take care of kids.
Well, they're telling one of the issues is she's not qualified, while Donald Trump really is. Okay. All right. So she had a rally here in Atlanta yesterday. It was fantastic.
Did you go?
Let me tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, is this thing on? I don't do crowds. I don't do R. Kelly concerts. I don't do
the
Patti LaBelle concerts.
The
I
first
don't
Jamaican
do
president, and you
soccers.
didn't go?
I don't do soccer games.
You didn't go?
I don't do football season tickets.
Oh my goodness!
Let me tell you something.
Shame.
A crowd.
I don't want to.
I gave up crowds a long time ago. In fact, I should have given up crowds as a child, but I didn't. You know what? I went to one concert. You know whose concert it was?
Genuine.
MJ, Michael Jackson.
Okay. Did you contribute to her campaign?
No, I did not. Do you feel better now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, I did not.
Yes, I do.
Am I going to? Yes, I are.
I want to see receipts.
Yes, I am.
I would like to see
but
receipts.
She had a wonderful.
How do you know it was wonderful?
Because I saw it on TV.
What happened?
Everybody in the audience was saying, lock him up, lock him up. It was good to see it turn. Karma circled right around. Hillary should have been at the television going, yes.
You know what?
You know Hillary would just been proud of her.
Oh, she was proud. I'm sure she rewinded. Said, hold on, pause, rewind.
Well,
Hillary was like,
every
sir,
name y'all bring up
you invented Hillary, lock her up. And they said, lock him up. Good. I love the best part, though. Her best part. I love it was a clip, but I still love it. And she says, when are we going to debate? Like the saying goes, if you got something to say it to my face. Everybody went crazy. I love that. I love that. I love the passion in that. I love the non-fear in that, because you know I'm a non-fear kind of girl. I can't go with you on the violence, but I am with you in spirit about making sure justice is served.
I don't need you to do the violence. I just need you to get me out of jail.
You and I can't go on the violence. So when you say I'm coming for you, and trust me, I'm spiritually, we're connected.
You just keep me out of jail.
That's what I'm saying.
And if I have to go, I'm good.
We can't all be in jail.
I want to be put on the stand. I'm like, Attorney Minyo, put my ass on the stand. No, ma'am. Yes.
No,
yes.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Listeners,
she can't get on the stand.
Attorney Minyo.
She cannot get on the stand.
Attorney Minyo.
But let me tell you what I'm going to stand on. I'm going to stand on closing the show.
Well, before you close, I want to say this.
Because the people got to get some sleep.
Before you close, I want to say
what? They got to go to work in the morning.
I just want to say this. She going to have to, since she has.
Don't put no extra on her that you wouldn't put on no white man.
No, I don't. No. I'm not putting nothing extra on her. She gonna have to show up. I just haven't. What I know from people in my life who show up, I've been on her for a long time. I told you, like, you would have never said that. You would have did this. You would have did that. You would have allowed this.
You're biased in favor of me.
But
because you know me,
I see.
Guess what? Because you're close to me. You can see.
But
if you were close to her, if you were close to her, you would see.
No, before I knew you, I saw oh my gosh, I ain't never met nobody like this with some bite, with the law degree and the this and the that. Like,
are you saying I bite?
You bite with the right way.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is that
Let's
before
clear it up for the listeners.
Before I knew you, before we became friends, which you denied that we are friends.
We're what?
We can't be for.
No, we cannot.
But anyways, before we became close, I already saw.
We're close.
You see this finger?
This is the closest we get. Okay, listeners. Anyways, this is as close as it gets.
The point is that I saw that before I knew who you were. I saw that first conversation I heard.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Not true.
First
Because you saw me, it was
conversa-
like, I'll protect you. I'll make sure nobody hurts you. And if they bother you, I just want you to come to me, okay?
No, I get that, but the thing is
Wow.
that my point was to allow you to do your job. That's what it was. Like, you ain't gotta. I don't need you to be aggravated with all these extra people asking you questions. That was my
Okay.
point, to allow you to do your job.
see the smoke. Tell the truth at the gate.
No, because when he said I was gonna represent him, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't give you no pushback. You said I said, okay, I'll see you. And then when you came in, I said, you had me at hello. I didn't say that to you. Didn't I say that to you?
I am not
You came-
playing with you. I am closing
you came to my-
this show.
you came to
Put
the
your
house.
Vaseline and your earrings up.
You came to the house
and get your
you-
drink.
and I said you had me at hello. So and after that,
Could you get dressed before we go?
I'm trying to put my
and
earrings
put your earrings
on.
back on so the
But all I'm
viewers
saying
can
is
see
that
all the beautiful.
I don't see that fight in her. I don't see that fight in her. And
Okay.
so because I don't see that fight in her, and she Jamaican, like I just expect her. I just expect,
ma'am,
Huh?
ma'am. She cannot be the angry black woman. Okay,
You-
she cannot.
Why
She
do we have
cannot.
to? Why can't we have to call her the
Because
angry black woman?
That's what they're gonna call it. She can't be the angry black woman.
I just say. Like
Okay,
I just want
what
her
you
to
saying,
show
Tiny
up.
producer? Chime in, chime in, chime in, chime in, quick.
Just end the show already.
We might as well end it right now.
Okay, so the producer said we have to wrap.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on Diva Court. We want you to find us every week on Spotify. What?
Spotify,
Apple Podcast
Apple,
and Google Podcast.
Google.
Don't forget to look for our videos every Wednesday when we push them real good. And like we say here on Diva Court every week when we close the show, we'll
Drink to
that.
that.
Tasty.
These earrings is hurting my ears.
They're too heavy.
That's
That's why you had to take them off.
No. It's not that I can't feel them.
They're too heavy.
No, it's the, and they need to be nickel free.
They're too heavy.
That might be true too, but they need to be nickel free.
They need to be heavy free.
They need to be nickel free.
Weightless, madam. Are we finished or are we done?
Are we finished? Are we done?